On October 29, 2018, a brand new passenger jet took off from Indonesia and vanished from radar. Just minutes later, slammed into the Java Sea, killing everyone on board. Less than 5 months after that, another modern aircraft fell from the sky in Ethiopia. Same model, same behavior, same question echoing through the global aviation industry. How did one of the most respected manufacturers in history allow this to happen? For over a century, Boeing represented engineering discipline, safety margins, and trust. Its aircraft carried millions of passengers every day with an unmatched safety record. But by the early 2010s, the commercial aviation market had become a brutal race. Airlines demanded fuel efficiency, lower costs, and faster deliveries. And Boeing faced its most aggressive competitor yet. In 2010, Airbus launched the A320neo, a fuel-efficient upgrade that promised airlines massive savings. Orders flooded in. Airlines wanted the new jet quickly and, most importantly, without expensive pilot retraining. Boeing suddenly risked losing its dominance in the narrow-body aircraft market, the most profitable segment in aviation. Boeing had two options: design a brand new aircraft, which would take nearly a decade, or modify the existing 737 platform, an aircraft originally designed in the 1960s. Boeing chose speed. The decision led to the creation of the 737 MAX. The MAX used larger, more efficient engines placed higher and further forward on the wing. This improved fuel efficiency, but it also changed how the aircraft behaved in the air. Under certain conditions, the nose of the plane could pitch upward more aggressively than previous 737 models. To correct this, Boeing introduced a software system called MCAS, the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System. MCAS was designed to automatically push the nose down if the aircraft detected a dangerous angle of attack. In theory, it was a safety feature. In reality, it became the most critical failure point in the aircraft. MCAs relied on input from a single sensor, a key. If that sensor provided faulty data, the system could activate repeatedly, forcing the aircraft downward even if pilots tried to pull up. Many pilots were never fully informed that MCAs existed, was not clearly described in manuals, and simulator training was not required. The reason was economic. Boeing had promised airlines that pilots could transition to the 737 MAX with minimal training. In October 2018, Lion Air Flight 610 crashed shortly after takeoff. Investigators found that a faulty sensor triggered MCAs again and again, overpowering the pilots. Then, on March 10, 2019, Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 crashed just 6 minutes after takeoff. All 157 people on board were killed. Flight data showed a nearly identical pattern to the Lion Air crash. Within days, aviation authorities around the world grounded the 737 MAX. The United States followed soon after. Boeing's best-selling aircraft was suddenly grounded everywhere. Production slowed, then stopped. Airlines canceled thousands of flights. Boeing's market value dropped sharply. By 2020, the company had accumulated more than $20 billion in costs related to the crisis. Investigations uncovered deeper issues. Internal messages showed employees raising concerns about safety, oversight, certification pressure, and unrealistic schedules. MCAs had been given more authority than regulators initially understood. Safety assessments underestimated how pilots would react in real emergencies. The crisis was no longer just about software, it was about culture. The 737 MAX remained grounded for nearly 2 years. Boeing redesigned MCAS to use data from 2 sensors, limited its control authority, and revised pilot training requirements. In late 2020, regulators approved the aircraft's return to service, country by country. The consequences extended far beyond Boeing. The FAA reformed certification processes as governments passed new aviation safety laws. Airlines reevaluated manufacturer assurances. Investors reassessed risk in complex engineering industries. In 2021, Boeing agreed to a $2.5 billion settlement with the U.S. Department of Justice, solving fraud charges related to the certification process. Families of victims continued to seek accountability. Leadership at Boeing changed. Trust, once automatic, now had to be rebuilt. The Boeing safety crisis was not caused by a single mistake. It was a result of decisions made under pressure, where speed outweighed transparency and cost efficiency overshadowed redundancy. In aviation, trust is everything. And once it is lost, no amount of engineering can restore it overnight.